Hi guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to Ashok. Today is our second session related to DevOps with multi-cloud master program. In the yesterday session, we discussed the details regarding our course, who is the trainer for this course, and what are the prerequisites in order to attend this training, and what is our course content, what is the roadmap, what we are going to learn as part of our DevOps with multi-cloud course. And we discussed about course details like what is the timing of the class and duration of the course, fee structure, class notes, backup videos, all the details I discussed. And yesterday, people asked some questions and I provided the clarifications also. Good. So my name is Ashok. I will be the trainer for this DevOps with multi-cloud training program. There are no prerequisites to join for this DevOps with multi-cloud course, guys, because we are going to start everything from the scratch level. This is 0 to hero level course. The only prerequisite, you should give 4 months of time and you should have real interest to become a DevOps engineer. And daily 1.5 hour time you need to spend to attend the class. And after the class, 1.5 hour time you need to spend for your practice, because this is completely project oriented, real time oriented, practical training. So every day class will happen in the live sessions will be available. Every day practicals will be there in the course. And the same thing you need to practice after the class is completed. Who are eligible to attend this DevOps with multi-cloud program? As discussed, experienced people can attend this course. Freshers also can attend this course. Career gap people, non-IT people also can attend this course. But one thing that you need to keep in the mind, if you are a fresher, getting the job as a DevOps fresher is very difficult in the market, because so the companies which are looking for the DevOps engineers, they are asking minimum 3 to 4 years of experience. So I don't suggest a DevOps course for the freshers. For knowledge purpose, if you want to gain the knowledge about cloud computing, DevOps tools and all, you can learn for your development purpose. But only if you want to get the job as a DevOps, as a fresher, on the DevOps as a fresher, it is very, very, very difficult. Good. Coming to the course content, we have divided this course content into multiple modules, guys. So we are going to understand software project details, like what is project architecture, what kind of layers will be available in the project, and what technology stack will be there in the market to develop the projects, what is software development lifecycle, what is the waterfall model, what is the agile model. All these things we are going to discuss as part of our first module. Then once you got the clarity on the software project, then we will talk about the DevOps. What is this DevOps? Why this DevOps came into picture? What is the DevOps life cycle? Okay, and what are the tools available in the DevOps? What is the purpose of each DevOps tool that we are going to learn? And we will discuss about the roles and responsibilities of DevOps engineer. Then we are going to learn the Linux operating system. We will learn the shell scripting. We will learn AWS cloud services. We will learn DevOps tools. We will learn Azure cloud. We will learn GCP cloud. And we are going to set up the projects, and we will be working on the interview guidance part, how to prepare your resume, how to keep the projects in the resume, how to attend the interviews. All those things I'm going to cover as part of this session. And we are giving the bonus course, Python scripting free course we are giving for 30 days for our DevOps with multi-cloud people. And DevOps tools, what we are going to cover, 15 plus DevOps tools that we are going to cover as part of this, and 10 plus AWS services we are going to cover as part of this course. And after this course is completed, happily you can keep 3 to 4 years of experience in order to attend the interviews. And this course timing, it is going to be 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m. IST. Monday to Friday our classes will be available. Daily live classes will be there, soft copy notes will be there, and 1 year backup videos also we are going to provide. And this course code is 37 DevOps. What are the benefits that you are going to get if you attend this course? So daily live classes you are going to attend weekly 5 days. And for every topic I'm going to provide soft copy notes, and we are going to provide backup videos for your revision. And every day you can interact with me at the end of the session for your doubts clarification. And we will be creating one group for your communication. Community support will be available after course completion also. That support will be there in the group. And for every candidate, we are going to conduct the mock interviews also, so that we can evaluate your skills, what you are learning, how you are explaining the topic. So we will be conducting the mock interviews for each and every candidate. And for every topic, we are going to provide topic-wise FAQs also. Topic-wise interview questions also, we are going to provide for the people. Are you guys clear with these things? This is what we covered in the yesterday's session. Okay, so the people who attended this class yesterday, I already shared the class notes and I already shared the backup video also in our Google Classroom. So the people who are attending the session for first time, I have given Google Classroom link in the chat box. Okay, so you can join there to access our class notes and backup videos. You can attend 1 week classes for free of cost. Then if you are interested, then you can join for this course. All right. Now here, we are trying to learn this DevOps with multi-cloud. So what we are going to do in the company as a DevOps engineer, we are going to work on the software projects. So many software engineers available. What these people are doing in the company, these people are going to develop the projects and deploy the projects and deliver the projects to the client. Okay, so first let's understand software project details. What is the software project? What type of projects will be available, how these projects will be developed in the company. So my first question, what is a software project? So online students, can anyone tell me what is software project in your point of view? Just I want to hear from you people before I'm going to give my answer. I want to hear from you people. Can you tell me what is a software project? Come on, guys.
Developing a new website or new application.
Right, online students, so Google Classroom link I have given. People who are watching from YouTube, I have given the Google Classroom link in the chat box. Please join there to access the notes and video. Yeah, fine guys. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of software project? We are going to become DevOps engineer.
Develop an application and
what is software project?
yeah, sure.
Come on.
Develop an application and deploy the application in real-time environment. And we test the application whether it is successfully run or not.
Okay. I'm asking.
So it's an end-to-end model.
I'm asking what is project? I'm asking what is project?
It's an application, sir.
Project means application, okay. Any other?
To address a particularly real-time scenario. To solve the real
to address particular real-time scenario, okay. Anything else?
To implement the idea of to implement any idea in the real app or the website.
Okay.
A collection of tasks need to be solved
Fine.
and needs
Now, okay, good, fine. Let's understand. So here, software project is nothing but collection of programs. Okay. So for every project, development team will be available. That development team is going to develop several programs. Collection of software programs is called as software project. Collection of software programs is called as software project. In order to develop a software programs, okay, to develop a project, we need to develop the program. To develop the software programs, we will use programming languages. So in the market, there are so many programming languages available. So example, C language is available, C++ available, Java available, PHP is available, C#.NET, like that. There are several programming languages available in the market. By using these programming languages, developers will develop small programs. So all the programs, if we combine, if we integrate all the programs together, one software project will be ready. So software project, nothing but collection of programs. So to develop the program, there are several programming languages available. C, C++, Java, Python, PHP, C#.NET, like that. There are several programming languages available. Very good. Now, so if you see, our institute website is available, ashokit.in. So this is one software project. So to provide the information for the people, what courses available, what is the duration, course content, fee structure, when the new batch is starting, all the details we are providing in our website. So this is one software project to provide information for the students regarding the trainings available in the Ashok IT. So to develop this website, we developed so many programs. We integrated all the programs together. By integrating the programs together, we are able to make one application ready. So project is nothing but collection of programs. To develop the programs, several programming languages available. So the people who are developing those programs, they are called as developers. Okay, why to develop this software project, guys? Project means, okay, we are good. Why to develop this software project? Come on, I want to hear from you. I want the session to be interactive, guys. I want the session to be interactive. Can you guys tell me why to develop a software project?
To build a product.
Yeah, but why to build that product? Product or project, both are same almost.
To solving real-time problems.
Come on, why to build that product? What is the
Solving real-time problems.
To serve someone's need, like any kind
to
of
serve someone's need,
yeah.
Requirements.
To serve someone's need, that's fine. Okay. Next, any other answer?
Business requirement. It's like business requirement.
Business requirement. Okay.
Yes, like e-commerce website or
Maintain huge data.
Maintain huge data. Okay. Fine. Good. So here,
to serve someone's need remote in internet service, in internet platform.
okay, good. Got it. Software projects are used to reduce human efforts and simplify humans' lives. The main purpose of developing software project is software projects are mainly used to reduce human efforts and simplify humans' lives. Whatever the work that we are doing manually, to automate that work, to reduce human efforts, to simplify the human's life, we are developing software projects. Example, train ticket booking by using IRCTC. Earlier, people used to visit railway station, stand in the queue and book the ticket. But today, within 5 minutes, you can book the train ticket by using IRCTC project. So the main purpose of developing the software project to reduce human efforts and simplify human life. And so earlier, if you want to send the money, then you need to go to the bank and you need to fill up the form, stand in the queue and deposit the money to the account. Today, net banking is available. Google Pay is available. Phone Pay is available. Paytm is available. Bank transactions we can perform within fraction of seconds today because of these software projects only. So earlier, if you want to send the money, it will take a lot of time. You should go to the nearest bank, you should fill up the form, stand in the queue and give the amount to the cashier, then they will deposit the amount. And it will take some time to get added to the account also. But today, everything is completing within fraction of minutes or fraction of seconds of time. That's because of this net banking projects available in the market. And if you want to purchase a mobile, online shopping is available. Amazon, Flipkart, etc. So many websites available in the market. So by sitting in your house, you can purchase a mobile. By sitting in your home, you can purchase the clothes. You can purchase anything that you want, right? Earlier, to purchase a dress or to purchase any electronic device, you should go to the electronic store and you need to select the product, you need to visit, you need to bargain, you need to pay the money, then come to the home. So that will take half-day time. But today, if you select the mobile, within 1 minute, you can place the order. Within 24 hours, they are delivering the mobile to your doorstep. So the online shopping websites came into market. And if you want a food, Swiggy, Zomato applications available. By using them, you can order the food. Within 30 minutes or 20 minutes of time, they are able to deliver the food at your doorstep. Okay. Now, if you want groceries, you know, if you want any vegetables, milk card, you don't need to go to the shop also. You just keep a order in the big basket or Zepto or Blinkit. Within 10-15 minutes, they are coming to your home to deliver the groceries that you need. So that means they are reducing human effort and they are simplifying humans' life. The main purpose of software projects to reduce human efforts and simplify humans' life. Will you guys agree with my statement? Will you guys agree with the statement? What is software project? Collection of software programs is called as software project. And why to develop these projects? Projects are used to reduce human efforts and they are used to simplify humans' life. Okay, now how people will develop this software project in the real time? What is the software project architecture, guys? So now, for example, you take Ashok IT website. So what is the project architecture we are going to follow? So every software project will be developed by using layered architecture, guys. Every software project will be developed by using layered architecture. So in every software project, mainly 3 layers will be available. So whatever you see on the software project, whatever you see with your eyes, that is called presentation layer. And in the back end, business layer will be available and database will be available. Front end, back end, and database. So every project will be developed in 3 layers format. What are those 3? First one is database. So database contains data, storage. Database is used for storage. And the next one, backend will be available for the application where the business logic will be available. Then for communicating with our application, user interface, front end will be available for the application. So every software project will be developed with these 3 layers only. Database will be available, backend will be available, front end will be available. Now, what will be there in this front end? In the front end, user interface will be available. Software project front end contains user interface. Software project backend contains business logic, and a database is used for storage, data storage. So data, customers data, application data, all the data that we are going to store by using database. Now, client, end user will be available who is going to access our application. So end user will communicate with the front end of the application. Front end is going to communicate with the back end of the application. Backend is going to communicate with the database. So application will be developed by using layered architecture. So software application architecture contains below 3 layers, guys. Application contains 3 layers. What are those 3 layers? First one is called front end. That is nothing but presentation layer. Whatever that you see on the website, whatever you are able to see with your eyes, this is called front end of the application, which is called presentation layer of the application. And when you perform some operations on the front end, then the front end is going to communicate with the back end of the application. So back end is called as business layer. Back end is called as a business layer. And for every application, data is very important. That the data will be available in the database. Database we are going to use as a storage. Okay, for every application, presentation layer will be available, business layer will be available, database will be available. Sir, we are here for a DevOps course now. Why are you teaching these layers? It is required for the DevOps engineer because tomorrow you are responsible to set up the database for the project. You are responsible to deploy the backend application. You are responsible to deploy the front-end application. You are responsible to deliver this application to the client as a DevOps engineer. So tomorrow when you are going to deliver a project, first of all, you should understand what is the front end of your project, what is the back end of your project, what is the database used in your project, which technology used to develop the back end, which technology used to develop the front end, how to deploy this application, how to deliver this application to the client. So as a DevOps engineer also, you should have this knowledge. So that is the reason I'm explaining. So software project, collection of programs is called as a project. To develop the project, there are several programming languages available. Now the question, why to develop this project? So project is used to reduce human efforts and simplify humans' life, guys. They are used to reduce human efforts and simplify humans' life. So the project contains mainly 3 layers. What are the 3 layers in the project? Presentation layer will be available, business layer will be available, and a database also will be available. So database is used for storage, and backend contains business layer. Front end contains presentation layer. Now, what technologies are used to develop this project, guys? So to develop front end of the application, there are several technologies available in the market. People can use Angular, or people can use React.js. People may use Angular or React.js, or people may use Vue.js. Mainly, three technologies are trending in the market in order to develop front end of the application. Some projects are using Angular for the front end, some projects using React.js for the front end, some projects using Vue.js for the front end. Okay, next one, coming to the back end. To develop the back end of the application, people may use Java, people may use Python, people may use .NET, people may use PHP, or people may use Node.js. Okay, these are the famous technologies available in the market in order to develop backend of our project. Coming to the databases. What all the databases available in the market? Oracle database is available, MySQL database available, Postgres database is available, SQL server is available, SQL server is available, MongoDB is also available. Right. So like this, there are several databases available in the market. Company will use any one database from here. They will use one technology from here. They will use one technology from here. And they will develop a software project. So what is the technology stack of your project? Your project is developed by using Java or Python or .NET. So if you are using Java, where Java will be used in the project? Java is used to develop only backend of the application. Your project business logic will be developed by using Java. So where you are using React.js, React.js is used to develop only front end of the application. Java is used to develop back end of the application. React is used to develop the front end of the application. What is MongoDB? MongoDB is used as a data storage, which is used to store the data. So front end contains user interface, that is called as presentation layer. Application contains three parts: front end, back end, database. So front end contains user interface, presentation layer. What are the technologies available to develop the front end? Angular available, React available, Vue.js available. Angular given by Google, React given by Facebook. These are the famous technologies to develop front end of the project. Front end means whatever you see on the website. Menu is available, logo is available, images available, some table is available. All these things is called front end of the application. All these things is called front end of the application. To develop that front end, there are several technologies available in the market. Now, whenever you go to this application, when you enter login page is coming, and if you enter something, I'm entering some username and password, I will click on login. Now it is saying invalid email or password. That means it is verifying my email ID password is correct or not. So that verification process is called business logic. When you click login button, from the front end, request will go to the back end. In the back end, business logic will be executed. That back end logic can be developed by using any one of this technology. You no need to learn all these things. You no need to use all. Any one technology is sufficient to develop back end of the application. And when you go to here, when you create a new account, your data will be stored in our website. How we will store your data? To store your data, we are going to use database. Front end contains user interface, guys. To develop that front end, there are several technologies available in the market. Then what about the back end? Back end contains business logic of the application. So what technology is available to develop the back end? Java, Python, .NET, Node.js, PHP, etc. These all are used to develop only back end of the application. Front end development and back end development. Then what is the database? Database is used for storage purpose. What is the purpose of database? Database is used for storage purpose. So here, what all the databases available in the market? There are several databases available in the market, like Oracle is available, MySQL, SQL Server, Postgres, MongoDB, etc. So many databases available in the market. Now, developers will develop the project by using this technology stack. As a DevOps engineer, we are responsible to deliver the project to the client. Development team is going to develop this project. When they develop this project, we need to build, we need to deploy, and we need to deliver this project to the client. Developers will be available, operations team will be available. Development plus operations is called DevOps. So development team will be there. Then operations team will be available. Okay, are you guys able to understand software project architecture? Are you guys able to understand software project architecture? What layers will be available and what technologies will be used in order to develop a software project? What technologies are available in order to develop a software project? User interface will be available, business logic will be available, database will be available, front end, back end, and database. Like this, multiple layers will be available in order to develop the application. Now, coming to application tech stack. So when you join in the company, your project will be using different technologies, right? Let us see some permutations and combinations here. Application tech stack. Some people may use Angular for front end, Java for back end, Oracle database. So they are using Angular for front end, they are using Java for the back end, they are using Oracle database. Some people may do like this. They will use React.js for front end, Java backend, MongoDB. Permutations and combinations. So it depends on company requirement, depends on project requirement. They can choose one technology from this front end list. They can choose one technology from the back end list. They can choose one database from here. So I'm giving multiple permutations and combinations for you. So application developed, front end with Angular, back end with Java, storage, Oracle. Front end with React, back end with Java, database, MongoDB. And application 3 that contains Angular front end, Python back end, MySQL database. Some people, React.js front end, back end .NET, database, SQL Server. Some people, React.js front end, Node.js back end, MongoDB. So like this, people can choose any technology to develop their application. But as a DevOps engineer, you should know what is the technology stack of your project, because you are responsible to deploy this application. You are responsible to deliver this application to the client. If you want to deliver a project to the client as a DevOps engineer, first of all, you should know what is database of your project, which technology used to develop the back end of your project, which technology used to develop front end of your project. You should have the clarity on this technology stack. I hope you got the clarity why I am explaining about the project architecture and why I am explaining about this technology stack. Are you able to follow me? Alan, please respond in the chat box. Are you clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Very good. Any questions, anyone, as of now? Any questions, anyone, as of now?
No, sir.
No. Very good. Fine. So we understood what is a software project, and we understood why to develop a software project, and we understood what is the project architecture, what layers will be available in the project, and what is the technology stack that we are going to use in order to develop a project. Now let us see who will be involved in order to develop one software project and how a project will be developed, how a project will be delivered to the client. So who will be involved in this project development process? Who will be there in the team? Okay, what kind of teams will be available in the software project? So in software project, mainly business analysis team will be available. In the software project, mainly business analysis team will be available. Then next one, development team will be available. Then next one, testing team will be available. Then next, operations team will be available. So mainly you can see 4 teams in every software project. What are those 4 teams, guys? First one, business analysis team will be available. So business analysis team is also called as functional team, guys. For every project, functional team will be available. They are also called as business analysis team. And development team will be available. And testing team will be available. And operations team will be available. The operations team is called as DevOps team. Operations team is called as a DevOps team, guys. Okay, good. Now, what is the role of this business analysis team or functional team in the project? So this functional team is responsible to get requirements from the client. So client wants one project. So company should develop the project for the client. What is the client requirement? What is the client business? What client is expecting from the company? This functional team is responsible to get the requirements from the client. So functional team will go to client location. They will interact with the client. They will discuss with the client. They will get inputs from the client. They will understand the client business model. So business analysis team is responsible to get requirements from the client. So whatever the requirements the client has provided, they will give the requirements to the development team and the testing team. So based on the client given requirement, development team is responsible for the coding. They are going to write the code and they are going to develop the project. They will develop the front end of the project. They will develop the back end of the project. They will design the database required for the project. Developers will take care. What kind of developers will be available in the project nowadays? In the project nowadays, full stack developers are available. Who is called as full stack developer? The developer who can develop both front end and back end. Earlier, 6 years back or 7 years back, only back end developer, only front end developers. Company used to select back end developer, front end developer. Now company looking for full stack developer. Full stack developer means that developer should know front end development, back end development. Okay, so functional team is responsible. That functional team is responsible to get the requirements from the client and document requirements. That document is called as FDD, functional design document. What client is expecting from us? They will get the requirement, they will prepare one FDD document. Then they will share that FDD document to the development team. So what is this development team? Development team is responsible for coding. They will write the programs. I told you, project nothing but collection of programs. So development team will be available in order to develop the project. Then testing team will be available in the project. They are responsible to verify the project is working as expected by the client or not. Functional team collected requirements from the client and given to the development team. Now, developers has developed that code. That the code is working as expected by the client or not. Testing team is going to verify. Testing team is responsible to verify working as expected. Okay. Now, operations team, very, very important. Today, we are here to become DevOps engineer. DevOps engineers are part of operations team in the project. As a DevOps engineer, we are responsible to perform operations in the project. So what we are going to do as part of our operations, guys? Operations team is responsible to perform below activities. We are responsible to set up infrastructure. Okay, to run our application, to deploy our application, we need several machines. Okay, and we need to set up the machines. We need to set up the databases required for our project. Okay, and we need to set up the storage required for the project. We need to set up the network required for the project. We need to set up a monitoring required for the project. We need to take care of our infrastructure security. So you are going to be part of operations team. So what is your responsibility in the software project? What you will do in the company as a DevOps engineer? Operations team is responsible for below activities. As a operations team member, you are responsible to set up infrastructure required for the project to run one project. So project contains backend, project contains front end, project contains database. So you need to set up the infrastructure to run this project. You need to set up the database. You need to set up a machine. You need to run your application in that. You need to set up a machine. You need to set up the storage. You need to set up the network. You need to set up the monitoring. You need to take care of security. So you are responsible to set up infrastructure required for the application. And you are responsible for configuration management in the application. Okay, for your infrastructure, some configuration management is required. For example, I want to run my application in the 10 computers. I want 10 servers to run my application. Now, as a DevOps engineer, you need to set up 10 virtual machines in the cloud platform. Okay, so to run our application, 10 machines are required. Machine 1, machine 2, machine 3. Like this, you create 10 machines. Where we will create the machines? In the cloud. How we will create machines in the cloud? Terraform. So we are going to perform operations. To perform the operations, we are going to use some tools. The tools we are using to perform operations in our project, those tools are called as DevOps tools. Your duty is to perform project related operations. You need to deploy the project. You need to deliver the project. To do that, you need to perform some operations. Those are called DevOps practices. Okay, so what are the DevOps practices that we are going to do? Not manually. We are going to use some tools to perform the DevOps operations. So what is your responsibility as a DevOps engineer? The very first thing, as a DevOps engineer, you are responsible for infrastructure setup. What is the meaning of infrastructure setup? We are going to create the machines. We are going to create the database. We will set up storage. We will set up network, monitoring, security. How we will do this infrastructure setup? By using Terraform software. Okay, for example, machines created. Now, in this machine, I want to install Java. Okay, I want to run the Java application. How many places I need to install? In all these 10 machines, I need to install the Java software. In all the 10 machines, I need to install this Java software. If I install manually, it will take time. Okay, 4 machines, fine. If I have 100 machines, can I install Java in 100 machines one by one, one by one? Come on, guys. Can I install Java in 100 machines one by one, one by one? Any problem?
It will take them. So
Come on.
Time
Any problem if I install Java manually in 100 machines?
takes a lot of time.
It is going to take a lot of time. So that's where we need to automate the software's installation process. That is called configuration management. Okay, software's installation, files I want to copy, OS patchings I want to perform, OS updates I want to do. All these things comes under configuration management. As a DevOps engineer, you are responsible for infrastructure setup. You are responsible for configuration management, and you are responsible for repositories management. Okay, project source code repository management. Source code repositories management. So developers will be available. One developer will be available, multiple developers will be available in the project. Come on, one developer will be available or multiple developers will be available in the project.
Multiple developers.
Multiple developers will be available in the project. And all the developers' code we need to integrate at one place. So in our project, there are 10 members available, and these 10 members are working from different locations, guys. So assume that in my project, 10 developers are available. One person from Hyderabad, one person from Bangalore, one person from Chennai. And these people are working from different locations, but they are working for same project. Okay, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Hyderabad. Right? So our developers are available in different locations. They are developing the programs. How to integrate the programs at one place? That's where we need a GitHub repository. This is called source code repository. These developers should be able to connect with our GitHub repository to integrate that code. Who is responsible to create this GitHub repository? So who is responsible to manage permissions for these repositories? That's where operations team member comes into picture. Source code repositories management. Okay, creating the repository, giving the permissions for the people to access the repository. That also we are going to manage as a DevOps engineer. Now, once the code is available, the developers, you will create the repository and you will give the repository to the developers. Developers will write the code and they will keep the code in the repository. Then, as a DevOps engineer, we are responsible to perform build and deployment. Okay, what is our duty? Take the code and convert the code into executable format and deploy that code. So we are responsible for project build and project deployment. Okay, then once the project deployment is completed to the server, we are responsible for application release. Nothing but we need to deliver our application to the client. Once application is delivered to the client, we are responsible for monitoring how infrastructure is running, infrastructure monitoring and application monitoring. So as a DevOps engineer, you are responsible to perform these activities in the project. So project contains multiple teams. What kind of teams will be available in the project? Business analysis team will be available, development team will be available, testing team will be available, operations team also will be available. So the project will be developed with architecture like this. Multiple technologies will be available. So people will choose the technologies and they will develop the project. So to develop and deliver the project in the company, mainly 4 teams will be involved. So what are those 4 teams, guys? First one is business analysis team. Second one, development team. Third one, testing team. And fourth one, DevOps team. Nothing but operations team. Okay, what is the responsibility of functional team? Functional team is mainly responsible to communicate with the client, get the client requirement and give to the development team. They will get the requirement and they will get the requirement. They will understand the business from the client and they will give the requirements to the development team and testing team. Development team is responsible for coding. They will write the code. They will develop the programs. They will develop the project. Okay. Whatever the code they develop, testers will verify that code is working as per given requirement or not. What client is expecting? Our developers developed the functionality in the same way or not. They will perform verification and validation. Testing team is responsible to verify project is working as expected or not. So fine, then what is our duty? We are here to learn the DevOps. So DevOps engineer nothing but operations team member. So what we are going to do in the project? So operations team is responsible to perform infrastructure setup, to perform configuration management, source code repositories management, project build and deployment, project release, and infrastructure monitoring, application monitoring. These activities we are going to perform as a DevOps engineer in the project. Are you guys clear with my point? What we are going to do as a DevOps engineer in the project? Come on. What we are going to do as a DevOps engineer in the project? Are you able to follow me? People watching in the YouTube, people watching in the Zoom, is point clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So we are going to become DevOps engineer, right? So So as a DevOps engineer, what is our responsibility? As a DevOps engineer, we are responsible for infrastructure setup. We are responsible for configuration management. We are responsible for managing source code repositories. We are responsible for project build and deployment. We are responsible for application delivery. And we are responsible for infrastructure monitoring and application monitoring. Now, sir, how we will perform all these operations in the project? So to perform these operations in the project, we are going to use some tools, guys. It's not a manual process. We are going to use several tools to perform the operations. So first one, we want to set up infrastructure. We need to set up infrastructure for the project. So infrastructure setup, nothing but machines required for the project, databases, storage, network, monitoring, security, all this infrastructure we need to set up. So for infrastructure setup, we are going to do by using Terraform software. This is one of the most important tool in the DevOps. Okay, every DevOps engineer should know Terraform. What is the purpose of Terraform? Terraform is used to set up infrastructure in the cloud. This Terraform is going to support for AWS cloud, it will support for Azure cloud, and it will support for GCP cloud also. By using Terraform, we can set up infrastructure in any cloud platform. Okay, the next one, as a DevOps engineer, we are responsible for configuration management. As a DevOps engineer, we are responsible for configuration management. So what is the meaning of configuration management? Installing the required softwares in the machines. Copy the files from one system to another system. That configuration management we are going to automate by using a software called Ansible, another important DevOps tool. Terraform is used for infrastructure setup. Ansible is used for configuration management. Then next up, we are responsible for source code repository management. Source code repositories management. So how we are going to do the source code repositories management? For that, we can use GitHub, okay, or we can use Bitbucket, or we can use GitLab. There are three options presently trending in the market. People are using GitHub. Some projects, some companies are using GitHub. Some companies are using Bitbucket. Some companies are using GitLab. So by using them, we are going to set up source code repository. Why we need to set up source code repository? Because in our project, multiple developers will be available. Those developers will be working from different locations. All the developers' code should be integrated at one place. So that's why a source code repository is required. DevOps team is responsible to create that repository and give repository access for the developers. Then developers will connect with the repository. Developers will integrate their code. Then you take the code from the repository, you build that code and you deploy that code. Then you deliver the application. Then you monitor the application. Okay. For infrastructure setup, we will use Terraform. For configuration management, we will use Ansible. For source code repositories management, we will use GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab. Then for project build and deployment, we are going to use softwares like Docker plus Kubernetes plus Jenkins. How we are going to deploy our application? To deploy our applications, we are going to use several tools like Docker, Kubernetes, and Jenkins. Then how we are going to infrastructure monitoring? How we are going to monitor infrastructure? Infrastructure we are going to monitor by using tools like Prometheus and Grafana. By using tools like Prometheus and Grafana, we are going to monitor our infrastructure. That means how our servers are running, that can be monitored by using this Prometheus and Grafana. And how do you monitor your application? Application monitoring, we are going to perform by using several tools like ELK Stack, Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. We are going to use to monitor our application. Okay, these are the tools called as DevOps tools. Very important DevOps tools that everybody should know. Okay, for build and deployment, we will be using Maven plus Docker plus Kubernetes plus Jenkins. GitHub to integrate the code. For deployment, GitHub, Maven, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, we are going to integrate and we are going to perform project deployment. Once the project is delivered, we are responsible to monitor that project. For monitoring purpose, we are going to use Prometheus and Grafana. Prometheus and Grafana is used for infrastructure monitoring. And for application monitoring, we are going to use ELK Stack. For application monitoring, we will use ELK Stack. For infrastructure monitoring, we will use Prometheus and Grafana. For project build and deployment, we will use Maven, Docker, Kubernetes, and Jenkins. And the next one, for source code management, we will use GitHub or Bitbucket or GitLab. For configuration management, we will use Ansible. For infrastructure setup, we will use Terraform. Terraform is having lot of demand in the market because Terraform supports multiple cloud platforms available in the market. Are you guys clear? What kind of teams will be available in the project? Are you guys clear? What kind of teams will be available in the project? Business team will be available, development team will be available, testing team will be available, operations team will be available. Okay, so today we started our discussion related to what is a software project. So as told, yesterday our introduction class completed. From today, I have started our first module. So don't think that 5 days free classes means 5 days demos will be available. 5 days demos will not be available. Only first day is demo. From today, regular topic is started. The main course content is started from today. The main course content is started from today. So is it a demo session, guys? Is it a demo or it is a regular course? I want
Regular
to hear from you. Anybody feeling that it is a demo?
We
Yeah,
started
regular
slowly
topic.
jumping the course.
It is a regular topic in the course. No need to give multiple demos. One day is fine to understand the course. So I jumped into the syllabus. Okay, you can attend these regular classes 5 days for free of cost. After that, if you feel it is useful for your career, then you can join for this course. Good. So we understood what is software project. So the collection of software programs is called as software project. So there are several programming languages available in order to develop the software project. And why to develop a project? So projects are used to reduce human efforts. Whatever the work that we are doing manually, that is taking more time, we can do that work in the less time. Very easily we can complete our tasks by using these software projects. I have given several examples: tickets booking, net banking, online shopping, food orders, grocery shopping, and all these things easily we can perform by using these software projects. And how this software project will be developed in the industry. So as discussed, software project will be developed in 3 parts. Okay, database will be available to store the data, backend will be available which contains business logic, front end will be available which contains user interface. To develop the front end, there are multiple technologies: Angular, React, Vue. To develop the backend, multiple technologies: Java, Python, .NET, PHP, Node.js. Databases. There are several databases available in the market: Oracle, MySQL, Postgres, SQL Server, MongoDB, etc. So people will choose any one technology from each area and they will develop a project. So this is project architecture. In order to develop this project, in order to deliver this project, who will be involved in the company? So in the company, for every project, mainly 4 teams will be available. What are those 4 teams? First one is functional team. Second one is development team. Third one, testing team. Fourth one, operations team, nothing but a DevOps team. So what is the role of functional team in the project? Functional team is responsible to get the requirements from the client and document the requirements. That is called functional design document. FDD stands for functional design document. Getting my point? Now, once the requirements are finalized, then development team comes into picture and they will start coding. So developers will write the code. So once the coding is done, when the coding is going on, parallelly testing team is going to verify that code is working as expected or not. Once everything is good, then we need to deliver project to the client. As part of our project development only, DevOps team will involve. Okay, so DevOps team is responsible to set up infrastructure for the project. DevOps team is responsible for configuration management in the project. DevOps team is responsible for source code management in the project. DevOps team is responsible for project build and deployment. DevOps team is responsible for application delivery process. DevOps team is responsible for infrastructure monitoring, application monitoring. So how we are going to perform all these activities? To perform these activities, there are several tools in the market. Those tools are called DevOps tools. Learning DevOps course, nothing but learning tools. By using these tools, we are going to simplify project operations. We are going to simplify project delivery process by using these tools. So the tools which are using by DevOps team to simplify the operations, those tools are called as DevOps tools, guys. So what is the purpose of DevOps tools? DevOps tools are used to simplify, DevOps tools are used to automate, DevOps tools are used to speed up our project delivery process. What tools? For infrastructure setup, we will use Terraform. For configuration management, we will use Ansible. For source code repository management, GitHub. For build and deployment, Maven, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins. For infrastructure monitoring, Prometheus and Grafana. For application monitoring, ELK stack. Like that, 15 plus DevOps tools are very, very important for every DevOps engineer. So we are going to cover 15 plus DevOps tools as part of our course. What are the tools I'm going to cover? Maven, Gradle, GitHub Bitbucket, Tomcat, Sonar, Nexus, JFrog, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Prometheus, Grafana, ELK, Terraform, Ansible, Jira, Trivi, like this. 15 plus DevOps tools we are going to cover as part of our course. By learning those 15 plus DevOps tools, you can perform operations in the software project. Are you clear with my point?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Are you guys able to follow me?
Yes.
Good,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Yes.
So I hope you got the clarity what we are going to do as a DevOps engineer in the project. What we are going to do as a DevOps engineer in the project. Okay. Good, fine guys. So with this, I'm stopping for today, and tomorrow we'll talk more about the software project development lifecycle and where DevOps team will be involved in the software project development lifecycle. Good. Thank you for attending this class notes and this class video. I'm going to share in the Google Classroom. If you are not part of the Google Classroom, please join. So I have given in the chat box, and the people who are watching the YouTube live, I'm giving this Google Classroom link in the chat box. Please join in that chat. Okay, so that you can access this class notes and this class video also. And from tomorrow, you can attend the live class in the Zoom itself. YouTube people, if you like this, so please give me a like and join in our Google Classroom to access these notes, to access this video. And the people attending in Zoom, I have given the notes in the Google Classroom. Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Professor, thank you, sir. Just a question. Can I ask a question?